I had a very productive walk today at the park. I want you to notice the sky. That's just one of the things that happens every time I go outside. And I know that they're always flying over chemtrails everywhere, but I've noticed that when I'm outside, there's just chemtrails all over the place. There were people parked in their cars, staring at their phones, as usual. But I want you to see what is approaching me. And the reason that I had removed, here comes the big white truck. Now, what people have been doing while I was at the park, a lot of people were just driving in, turning around, and coming back and leaving. This white truck, and you saw the writing on it, is going to do the same thing. There's no reason for this big, huge truck. I mean, if they want to stop and, pull in and make a phone call or whatever, it's their right. But that's not what happened here. There it is. Turned around, and there it goes. So the rest of the walk was, it was the same old usual nonsense. They're pulling out all the stops. And as I walk into my neighborhood and approach my house, I see this big, huge truck parked in front of my neighbor's house. And of course, contractors are in the neighborhood with new roofs and, giving my neighbors the reward for being part of human trafficking. And I noticed this big truck in front of my neighbor's house, and it was the tree trimming service, but no tree trimming was going on. They were just sitting there. And the moment I walked into my house, I felt the radio frequency. I felt the radiation. So, in my opinion, that was the purpose. Then, shortly after that, another huge tree trimming truck pulled up, and they also were doing nothing but sitting there. And one guy got out, and he was just standing there holding his phone. Now, here's what I believe. I believe they were shooting at my tree. Now, they've killed the tree in the back. And remember, these trees, all this abuse started a year ago. A little over a year ago. It's about a year and a half ago. Healthy, beautiful trees. They've been dumped on. They have been consistently shot at. They've been stripping the bark. They've been going for the roots. I've got videos of how they've flattened the roots and cut the roots. And it is beyond sadistic, sick, nonsense crap. So I suspected that what they were doing was shooting at my tree. So do you see the mind screwing that's going on? My roof is destroyed. My neighbor's getting a new roof. My trees are being killed. And here's the tree removal services. So there was a situation where both neighbors on both sides of me just happen to have really bad mold problems that only come into my yard. Not their other neighbor's yard, but my yard only. And this is man-made. Again, it's part of the defacing and the destruction of my property. But I've actually got lots of videos of my other neighbor and the pest control company literally putting something in the ground, and then immediately all the damage shows up right towards my house. I mean, they've torn up my beautiful grass, right? And this is all by design. It's all to traumatize and to get a reaction, but it's all also to punish me because I have beautiful grass. And I think I've shown people what my house used to look like just a year ago. And now my house is a wreck. So if anybody wants to know and keeps asking, why don't you move? I've got nothing to sell. This house is not sellable at this point. It's really just that simple. And that's what they've created. They stole my retirement because the equity in my home is my retirement. And there's so much destruction that there's nothing to sell. Not to mention that legally I have to disclose everything that I know that's wrong with this house. I know that it's poisoned. I know it's toxic. This house isn't sellable. So that answers that question. Please don't ask me again.